yeah, did I even read that? I'm not even sure I read that. So by this point, guys, medyo hindi ko alam kung sasabog na yung dibdib ko kasi dalawa na yung emergencies ko and wala pa rin akong alam dun sa dalawa na yun. Do not use an office chair for your online oral revalida. Hi guys, I'm Kamei. If you're new to my channel, I am currently a postgraduate intern at Angeles University Foundation. I graduated medicine last year at the University of Santo Tomas. Today, I will be telling you things that you should not do on your online oral revalida.
So today, doctors, I will discuss emergency number 40, acute urinary retention. Pneumothorax is a collection of air or gas in the pleural space. So today, I will discuss basic life support, emergency number 1. So adrenal insufficiency is an acute, life-threatening. So adrenal insufficiency is an acute, life-threatening.
So last year, June 16, 2020, I had my online oral revalida together with my trimates. And guys, if you are currently a UST medical clerk, you're probably halfway through your studying right now, or at least started studying for your online oral revalida. And I know there have been different sources, different videos telling you how it will go, the rules, what to study, what references. But if you need help with all of that, I will link the vlog of my best friend up here, Mads Abraham. She has a 2-part series about online oral revalida. So I will just link that up here. However, since I know you probably already have an idea about what online revalida is or the rules for online oral revalida, what references to use. Instead, today, I will be telling you what not to do on your online oral revalida. Some of these tips, I applied them on my own online revalida. However, some of these things, I actually unfortunately did them, which is why I'm telling you not to do them anymore, which is the point of this vlog. So before we start, please don't forget to hit subscribe and the like button and the notification bell for more updates regarding my channel. So the first tip, guys, is do not use an office chair for your online oral revalida. Because personally, I used an office chair as in yung may wheels. And what happened was I was literally at the edge of my seat and I fell. And my panel noticed it, and yeah, it was embarrassing. So yeah, I'm telling you now, don't use an office chair for your online oral revalida. Well, personal experience ko lang yun, guys. Literally, nahulog ako. On the brighter side, natawa yung mga panel ko nung nakita nila ako kasi as in, pagbukas ng camera ko during my turn na. Kasi nabigla ako na third ko na pala kasi akala ko first ako. Tapos, naging third ako. Tapos, I was waiting so long. So, nung tinawag na nila ako to enter na the online room, as in, parang nabigla ako ganun. Tapos, bigla ako umupo sa chair ko, not knowing na sobrang edge, dun sa edge part wala ako napaupo. Tapos, as in, guys, napaupo ako sa floor. Tapos, as in, saktong pagkabukas ng camera to Tapos, yung chair ko, as in, gumulong siya palikod. So, yeah, this was not supposed to be my first step, pero naalala ko lang ngayon na yeah, I think I should tell this to you guys. Don't use an office chair for your online oral revalida. As in, any chair na lang, kahit mo na-block na lang, ganyan guys. Basta huwag yung may wheels, kasi guys, baka mahulog kayo sa upuan nyo. But yeah, on the brighter side, ayun nga, parang natawa yung mga, as in guys, natawa sila na malakas. Although, funny talaga siya, kahit ako natawa ko. On the brighter side, parang na-break yung tension before ako mag-start mag-revalida. So, una pa lang, na-relax na sila. So, kung gusto nyo mag-icebreaker bago ka mag-start ng online revalida, sige, gumamit ka ng office chair, gano'n. But yeah, personally, I wouldn't recommend it. Kasi, you know, hindi rin siya safe. Baka, you know, ma-fracture pa kayo, you know, gano'n. So, yeah, don't use an office chair for your online oral revalida. There. My second tip is, this is not only for your online oral revalida. This is also to make you a good doctor in general. But specifically for your online oral revalida, try to understand what you're studying rather than memorize. Because I noticed in most of my friends na nagkaroon ng Benemeritus or Melitissimus, they are the people who don't memorize. Rather, they are the people who understand and who got most of their inputs in the revalida from med school itself. So I think this is like the most important thing that I want to share with you guys is, please guys, for your online oral revalida, don't just memorize the script like, hindi siya script reading eh. Your panel will notice it if you just memorize the script. So, as much as possible, understand the concepts. Understand why. Why? Bakit ba ito yung binibigay natin? Bakit ba ganito yung symptoms ng patient? So, just from that alone, you have a high chance already of getting Bene Emeritus or Benedissimus. I didn't personally get Bene or Benedissimus, but from what I've noticed from my friends who got honors, hindi nila naaral yung emergencies nila. But they just extracted stuff that they were able to learn throughout med school. So I think that's also a very important thing because again, yun, mag-feel ng panel nyo guys if you're just stating stuff based from memory. And also guys, the good thing also about understanding what you read is pag nag-ask na sila ng question sa inyo, masasagot nyo. Unlike kapag minemorize nyo lang siya, once natanong na kayo ng question or once na-interrupt na kayo, ang bilis na mawala sa train of thought. So, another important tip is do not just memorize, but instead understand what you're studying, what you're reading. This applies both in the clinicals and in the emergencies part. Another tip, guys, I'm sure you've heard this tip before, although I know a lot of people have different opinions about this, but I personally would like to tell you, do not choose an emergency that is a specialty of your panel. I know you heard of this before, that choosing an emergency that is a specialty of your panel could make or break you. I know that if you're trying to run for Bene Emeritus or Benedissimus, a lot of people would actually risk it kasi alam nila na since maraming alam yung panel nila about that certain emergency, mas marami silang matatanong, therefore more chances to impress them. But I personally wouldn't recommend it because a friend of mine before I took the Revalida told me na at the end of the day, guys, consultants na tong mga to, they have been studying those emergencies, kung specialty nila yon, for years. And it wouldn't compare to like a few months of studying that certain emergency. So my personal advice is not to risk it. Kasi, yeah, at the end of the day, guys, years na nila inaaral yung mga emergencies na yon. Consultants na yung mga yan. So, yeah, choosing an emergency that is their specialty is not just risky. I would say it is like, you know, going in a lion's den, mga ganon. So, if you have an option na hindi nila specialty, then I would recommend to choose that. So, my personal experience in my own online Revalida was, I actually studied the emergencies that are not the specialty of my panel. So, my panel included a cardiologist, a pulmonologist, and a rehab doctor. So, what happened was, unfortunately guys, yung una kong nabunot was pulmonary embolism, which I honestly didn't really study for kasi I knew na may pulmo doctor, I know may pulmo panel ako, so I didn't really want to risk it. I read about it, but I didn't, you know, like, studied it really well. And then, I also got shock. So again, hindi ko yung pinili kasi meron akong cardio panel. Yeah, did I even read that? I'm not even sure I read that. So no. So, by this point, guys, medyo hindi ko alam kung sasabog na yung dibdib ko kasi dalawa na yung emergencies ko and wala pa rin akong alam dun sa dalawa na yun. Mind you guys, I memorized 35 emergencies and still, yung dalawa hindi ko pa din alam. And then, yung third, oh my gosh, I got appendicitis.
Basta't magtiwala, wag kang matakot.
Wala naman surgeon sa panel ko. So, that worked to my advantage. And also, I think it's just a must to memorize appendicitis. Parang, if hindi mo rin inaral, parang sayang siya eh, di ba? There's a lot of things you could say that can impress your panel. Especially if they're not surgeons, I think. I mean, that's just for my personal opinion. So, thank you, Lord. Nabunod ko si appendicitis number 43. So, yeah, guys, memorize appendicitis. And don't choose an emergency that is a specialty of your panel, if you have a choice. So, another tip that I want to tell you guys is do not focus too much on emergencies because, guys, ito yung personal mistake ko na I want to tell you guys not to do. Kasi I know emergencies can be a little intimidating kasi wala kang time to prepare. So, parang makakatakot matameme sa harap ng panel mo. But, personally, at the end of the day, guys, I don't really know kung ano na yung division ng points ngayon. But during my time, it was 80% clinicals and 20% emergencies yung grading. I think I overlooked that during my time. So, sobrang dami kong ginugol na time for emergencies kasi natatakot ako matameme or ma-choke, you know, in front of my panel kasi no time to prepare. But, guys, at the end of the day, 20% lang siya. So, gets, technically, even if you fail emergencies miserably, it's just 20% of your grade. At the end of the day, 80% pa rin yung magbubuhat ng grade mo. So, I'm not saying naman na don't study for your emergencies, don't prepare for your emergencies at all, but just being strategic about it. 80 and 20, that's a huge difference when it comes to point system. Honestly, based on my personal experience, I think I did really well in my emergencies, as in, I stated everything, as in binuhos ko lahat sa emergencies. But I think I didn't get Benemeritus because nagkulang ako sa clinicals part. Not that I did bad, but I just, parang, there were like a few questions I failed to answer, and yon, I failed to ask about vaccination. Don't forget to ask about vaccination. So, because my case was herpes zoster. So, I forgot to ask about vaccination. Like, I don't know why, pero like, nakalimutan ko lang siya. And yes, I think how you also come up with your diagnosis, your panel should see that. I had a derma case. In derma, we were trained na pag nakita mo pa lang yung lesion, dapat alam mo na. But if your panel is not, say, a dermatologist, you should show them or explain to them how you derived in that diagnosis and not just based from what you saw, ganon. So you should also consider that, especially if your case is not the specialty of your panel. You should show them how you derived to your diagnosis. So, ayun, that's my other tip is do not focus too much on emergencies because you should at least read all of them siguro. At least. Remember that a bulk of your grade, especially if you're vying for Benemeritus or Meritissimus, comes from your clinicals and how you interview a patient, how you create a diagnosis. The bulk of your grade will come from that. So, practice more in that aspect, I guess. And dun na kasi talaga lalabas yung natutunan mo in med school, in the 4 years of med school. So again, do not focus too much on emergencies. I'm not saying do not prepare for it. I'm not saying do not study for it, but remember, it's just 20% of your grade. Another thing that you should not do on your online oral revalida is trying to outsmart your panel. Guys, kahit nabasa mo pa yan sa libro, kahit sure na sure ka na yun yung sagot, na yun yung tamang sagot, if your panel is telling you that it's wrong, then accept it. Because guys, at the end of the day, consultants pa rin sila. I guess what I'm trying to say is be humble. No matter how smart you are or no matter how much you study, there is a fine line between trying to push for your answers, and there is also a fine line between trying to accept that you're wrong. Parang ganon. And I think that's a skill that you should learn as early as now, because until residency and until fellowship, even until consultancy, you will be corrected so many times. And I think the oral revalida is also a way for the consultants to see how you react when you are corrected. I think you will feel it naman if your panel is just trying to test you kung masishake ka ba dun sa sagot mo or talagang mali ka. So I think that's also something that kailangan mo pakiramdaman, guys. The last thing that I'm about to tell you, the last thing that I don't want you to do on your online oral revalida is the most important thing: do not panic. I think panicking is the worst thing that you can do for yourself on your online oral revalida. Because guys, let's face it, there are so many things that are beyond your control come that day. You know, your internet could fail, you know, you might get an emergency you've never even read. You can fall from your chair like how I did. But, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's just how you carry yourself, and your panel will see that. I mean, I think your panel will understand naman if your internet fails, you know, if you don't know the emergency that you get. But at the end of the day, it's how you react to it. It's how you carry yourself. It's how you still try at the end of the day. So, I think that is the most important thing that I do not want you to do on your online oral revalida, is to panic. Because once you panic, it's all a domino effect. It will affect how you think, how you react, how you speak, how you carry yourself. So guys, expect nyo na on that day there will be things that will be happening that are beyond your control, but at least try not to panic. Just compose yourself. Kaya mo yan. And I think this leads me to my closing message to everyone who are about to take their online oral revalida. I guess it's to just trust in yourself, and of course, don't forget to ask help from someone up there because it might be beyond our control, but it is within his control. Trust yourself because if feeling nyo man na hindi enough yung preparation nyo coming the online oral revalida, please remember that you will not be in that position if you are not ready. You won't be given that opportunity if you are not ready to take it. And trust me, the stress is actually the journey going there rather than the online oral revalida itself. So don't be scared, trust in yourself, pray, and just do your best. Give it your all because at the end of the day, once ka lang naman mag-online revalida in your life. So give it your all, and yeah, I know you can do it. Good luck. So there you go, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope these tips will help you in your online oral revalida. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification bell for more updates regarding my channel. Again, thank you and happy studying!
Good morning, doctors. Today I will discuss emergency number 43, appendicitis. So what is appendicitis? It is the inflammation of the vermiform appendix secondary to a luminal obstruction, typically due to a ficillate. And it is the most common surgical emergency not only in the Philippines but